My name is Elena Hart, and I've come to realize that in some families, the sharpest smiles hide the deepest knives. At 28, I've always been a shadow in the room, the awkward sibling, the family misfit, the one they endure with forced grins at gatherings but whisper about when my back is turned. That afternoon, our yearly Hart Clan barbecue felt like a rerun of every painful year before. The backyard buzzed with hollow laughter, clinking beer bottles, and the pretense of unity. Cousin Mia boasted about her promotion. Uncle Ray griped about the economy as if he hadn't just splurged on a new truck, and my mom, Vivian, glided through the crowd like the queen of a flawless kingdom. But it was all facade, rotten beneath the scent of charred burgers and sunscreen. I perched at the edge of the picnic bench, just within earshot but out of the spotlight, a position I claimed long ago for self-preservation. No one probed too deeply there. Then came the barb that changed everything. Mom lifted her cup, her eyes glinting with that malicious spark. Honestly, she announced to the dozen or so relatives, if Elena vanished right now, would anyone even blink? The chuckles erupted like thunder. Siblings snickered. Aunt Lena's shrill laugh pierced the air. Uncle Ray nearly choked on a soda. Even my sister, the perfect Zoe, hid a grin behind her napkin. And Dad? He just sighed and muttered something about Vivian's wit, his low chuckle twisting the knife deeper. I froze, gaze locked on the beads of sweat, trickling down my lemonade glass, feigning interest in the mundane. It wasn't her first dig, but this one landed differently, like a truth she'd finally voice aloud. Deep inside, a fragile chord snapped silently, the kind you only feel in the aftermath. As the giggles tapered off, I raised my head, my tone eerily composed. Finished. The chatter hushed. Mom cocked her head, smirking. Lighten up, dear. It was harmless fun. Fine. I replied, my voice a whisper laced with steel. I've been biding my time, too. I clinked my spoon against the glass, sharp, insistent. I swiveled my way. Without a word, I rose and pulled a sealed packet from my purse. Grandpa Jack's faded script on the front. I placed it squarely amid the potato salad and soda cans. Mom's brow furrowed. What's this nonsense? I held her stare. Grandpa's revised will. The air didn't just still, it thickened, oppressive. Zoe tried a nervous laugh. You're kidding, right? No, I said flatly. A month back, he reached out. Tired of the way you've all dismissed me, belittled me. Especially you, Mom, parading my flaws like a sideshow. Gasps rippled through the group. Aunt Lena's knife scraped her plate. He redid it. I pressed on, unyielding. The estate, the farm, that lakeside retreat, everyone squabbles over every summer. Every asset. All to me. I nudged the paper forward, revealing the official seal, the notary's mark. It's legitimate, irrevocable. Mom's facade cracked, her lips parting in disbelief. This is a lie, she hissed. Prove it, I challenged. Read it yourself. No one stirred. Uncle Ray blanched. Aunt Lena's fingers hovered, then retracted. Zoe glanced around. Trapped, I eased back into my seat, spearing a bite of salad. Go on, I murmured. Grandpa would notice if I were gone. The ensuing hush wasn't serene. It pulsed with unspoken fury, the kind that echoes in your skull. Dad cleared his throat awkwardly and averted his eyes. Mom glared at her food like it might betray her. Across the yard, Grandpa Jack lounged in his chair by the maple tree, his face a mask behind tinted lenses. Our gazes locked briefly. He dipped his chin once. It was enough. The next quarter hour dragged in agonizing quiet. Relatives fiddled with devices, feigning disinterest. Aunt Lena poured drink after drink. Zoe picked at her meal until the scraping grated on nerves. Someone mumbled about weather, but it fizzled into nothing. As dusk crept in, the vibe shifted from festive to fractured. Cars trickled away, leaving me alone at the table, food half-eaten, the will like a ticking bomb. Mom had retreated indoors ages ago. No one braved the house after her. Grandpa ambled over, his grip firm on my arm. You sparked what was overdue, he rasped. They'll grasp it eventually. He patted me and shuffled inside. I lingered into the night, crickets chirping as stars emerged. It wasn't triumph, not quite, but seeing them mute for once, unsettling, and I wonder what lengths they'd go to silence me back. Dawn brought 3 voicemails from an unknown caller. The final one chilled me. "This is Sarah from admissions at Ridgewood College. Confirming your directive to revoke scholarship funding for Zoe Hart next term. Call to verify. It can impact her status." I lay there, heart racing. I hadn't made that call. Emails checked. Nothing sent. Someone was impersonating me. That snap calm turned to razor-sharp vigilance. This wasn't coincidence. It was retaliation. My phone lit up again. "Mom?" I answered warily. "Hello?" Her tone dripped venom. "So you're escalating." "What?" "Don't act innocent. You've shamed us plenty." "I haven't touched anything," I countered coolly. "But faking my name? That's poetic justice." She snarled and disconnected. By midday, notifications flooded in, from kin, colleagues, distant friends. Heard the buzz online. "You all right?" I dove into social media, stomach churning. Aunt Lena's lengthy rant on a platform accused a greedy manipulator preying on the elderly. Subtle but pointed. Mom commented with teary icons. Zoe posted a somber selfie. Blood isn't always thicker than betrayal. Heartbroken. Likes poured in. Comments praising her resilience. One even pinged me. "Spill your side?" The narrative spun wildly. I coerced Grandpa, isolated him, duped him into surrendering his legacy. Whispers of mistreatment floated. I let out a bitter bark of laughter. Truth was armored. Every chat, every choice documented, witnessed. Weeks prior, Grandpa had slipped me a dossier. "Safeguard this," he'd urged. "Inside, logs, affidavits, a data stick. If they twist the tale, you'll have ammunition." Now, the rewrite, he warned of unfolded. I fortified accounts, purged old shared files with Zoe from our school days. At 1:03 a.m., my alert chimed. Intrusion detected. Hallway cam. The footage showed a shadowed intruder, cap low, beelining for my shelf. For minutes in, then out. No break-in signs, just entry via key. My gut twisted. Only Zoe had a spare, from her crash-landing visit last year. I'd forgotten to reclaim it. Sleepless, I scrutinized the clip. By sunrise, fresh leaks hit forums. Doctored old text from me, context stripped, warped into threats. One day, I'll strip them bare to earn respect. Real words from a heated vent years ago, now ammunition. I could picture Mom crowing. Proof she schemed it. Afternoon brought Grandpa's call. Saw the digital mess. "You steady?" I breathed out. "Barely." "Smart," he approved. "Reacting feeds them. Visit tomorrow. Got intel for you." The line died, but dread coiled tighter. The world outside hummed on, oblivious, while shadows closed in. This family, once content with subtle jabs, now wielded public blades, and they underestimated the arsenal Grandpa had built for me over seasons. I wasn't clutching a mere will. I held evidence. If war brewed, my quiet would roar. Exhaustion clawed at me as light filtered through curtains, every creak amplifying paranoia. The ACs were a distant siren, floorboards settling. All mimicked approaching doom. I replayed the intrusion video obsessively. The figure's purposeful stride in my cabinet, rifling through Grandpa's notes and forms. Precise, informed. "Zoe," I muttered, throat dry. "Why?" I sped to Grandpa's that morning, unannounced. His farmhouse loomed serene under ancient elms. He rocked on the veranda, paper in hand, as if chaos hadn't erupted. "You look wrecked." "Haven't rested." I thrust my device at him. "Watch this." He viewed it stoically, then sighed deeply. "Filthy tactics. They assume you're defenseless." We settled on the steps. "They've painted me the monster. Believers abound." "Ignore the echoes," he advised. "Can't debate the bias." Silence stretched. He fetched a hefty file, my name etched on it. "Unseal it." Pages of log calls, certified, precise. Pulse hammering, I scanned. One from Mom to Uncle Ray, pre-barbecue. "Ray, act now or she'll snatch it all." Relax, Viv. He's frail. We can shift assets unnoticed. And Elena? We'll block her out. Shock blurred the text. Grandpa observed. I documented it all. Witnessed their cruelty. Wanted facts etched. Why hide it? To unmask their true faces in the dark. I gripped the papers. Tremors rising. Years of mockery, exclusion, now evidenced. Not mere disdain, calculated exclusion. I'm not letting them erase this. I vowed. He nodded. Then show them your spine. I headed to Zoe's dorm flat that day. Stale halls reeked of ramen. She opened the door, smirk fading at my packet. Elena? This is unexpected. I entered firmly. You invaded my space. What? No way. Spare me. I tossed it down. Peruse. She unfolded, eyes widening, color fleeing at lines implicating her in fun shifts via email. Fabricated. She stammered. Notarized. Duplicates with counsel. She quaked. Bluff. Test me. Standoff. Zoe, we're blood. But lies? You'll sink too. I exited, leaving it behind. The quiet in my wake thundered. Evening brought eerie calm. Posts erased, profiles hidden. But peace? No, this was scheming. At 10 p.m., the bell rang. Peephole revealed not Zoe or Mom. Dad, clutching a tarnished chest. Recall this? Grandma's heirloom case. Lost a decade. I'm weary of her games, too. Dad. He entered, weary. See what she schemed. It'll clarify my silence. Inside, ledgers, fake loans, forgeries in Mom's name. Uncle Ray's involvement. Zoe's unwitting aid. Divorce papers filed, he stated. Banks probing fraud. He met my eyes. You were wise to stand firm. Alone later, papers sprawled, the ugliness unveiled. Mom plotting to get Grandpa's holdings pre-death. Grandpa's echo, hence the will shift. He'd foreseen it. Days ticked by intense void. No barbs, no outreach. The hush prickled like static before lightning. Then a uni alert. Hold on Zoe Hart's aid amid family-submitted data review. Not my handiwork. Perhaps Banks flags or Dad's moves. Golden child's luster dimmed. Zoe bombarded me. Your fault. Undo it. Destroying me. Ignored, mirroring my past isolation. Grandpa rang that night, faintly entertained. Cracking quicker than anticipated. You predicted. Hoped. Brace. Desperation breeds recklessness. Spot on. Dawn. Mom at my threshold. Frantic knocks. Through the hole. Disheveled. Eyes wild. Open up. You've wrecked Zoe's path. Enough damage. I cracked the door, guarded. Wrecked? Like your plot on Grandpa's land. Flicker of guilt. Nonsense. I have proof. Forgeries, messages. Dad betrayed me. No, truth emerged. Her mask shattered. It was mine by right. Yours? The fallout's yours. She recoiled, spat a threat, fled. I phoned Dad. She raged at me post you. What said? I'm through shielding. Pause. She's adrift without power. She'll hate me forever. No need for her nod to thrive. Days melded. Grandpa's check-ins, Dad's visits. Air fresher, burdens easing. Yet, I sense unfinished edges. Families like ours don't fade softly. They claw. Week later, lawyers call. Mom demands estate talks, citing mix-ups. I chuckled. Mix-ups for fraud? Wants all there. Reconciliation. Tell her yes. But warn, wishes cut both ways. I had Grandpa's final packet. Sealed for finale. Ready. The conference room gleamed impersonal. Sleek panels, harsh bulbs. They waited. Mom poised in crisp attire, pearls mocking innocence. Uncle Ray smug, arms folded. Zoe hooded, fidgety. Dad steady, meeting my gaze. Facilitator, aiming for a state accord. Mom, just fairness. Dad was coerced. I slid proof. Pre-will trust, $1.2 million to me. Locked. Protected legacy. Silence roared. Mom quivered. Impossible. Verified. Ray, secret? Distrust. Zoe, why you? I never grabbed. More. Fraud docs. Bank knows. Mom erupted. You shattered us. No, your deceit did. Dad interjected. Enough. You've warped love into chains. She deflated, raw. I rose. Clarity? Here. Trust Trump's will. About escape. To them, quiet or spectacle, your call. I'm no pawn. Exited. Their empire crumbling in echoes. Outside, crisp air. Grandpa called. Done? Yes. Well played. Exhausted. Rest now. Untouchable. Weight lifted. Not vanished, but breathable. I drove aimlessly, free. Silence transformed from dread to solace. 3 months on Lakeside Haven Mine. Pines whispered. Waters lapped. Grandpa urged. Fresh start. Mom ghosted online. Aunt Lena quiet. Ray rebranded amid probes. Zoe quit school. Terse notice. Dad checked in gently. Grandpa weakly, forward-focused. Once. Brave stand. Just honest. Bravest act. Guilt lingered. Shadowed a piece. Grandma's chest yielded photos, trinkets, Grandpa's note. Voice found. Freedom's yours. Survival, not betrayal. Dawn coffee, mist rising. Woods walked to old stump. Memories flooded. Jabs reveal. Collapses. Victory? Not the clash. The after quiet. No proofs needed. Hawk soared, echoing Grandpa. When by departing early, I grinned. My flaws, solitude, strength, salvation. No more mirrors. Just Elena Hart. Survivor unapologetic. World didn't shatter sans their approval. It hushed, and in hush, peace bloomed. And truth in seclusion sometimes eclipsed vengeance.